Oh yeah, because of this. Oh yeah, because of this. No. Thank you, thank you. We bought his car now? 17 hours, my god. 17 hours has been riding that thing.
Noma-san, good
Insane, no? Good
morning.
morning.
Super sleepy, son. I've been driving since last night. I took a break two times at internet cafe. Yeah. So what happened is, I think on the last video I said I wanted to chill in internet cafe, but I found this rental car place, and I was like, oh, this is good, and then I made a reservation. And then I was like, okay, I'm good to go. And then when I look at the schedule, I was like, wait a minute. First of all, from the place where I'm at to the rental car place is like super far. More than like 200 kilometer with Mopesan, right? Mopesan can only go up to 30 kilometer by law. Yeah, so that's a pretty long distance. And yeah, I'm like, okay, I have to finish editing and then I have to go now. Yeah, I have to go today. So yeah, so basically that was like last night. Yeah, I moved little by little. Yeah, I went to like a hot spring and then
We made it.
go again and then take a break at internet cafe and go again. I'm super happy to share the experience with you guys. Noma-sans, let's go! But Noma-sans, there's a there's a bigger challenge waiting. Like I just realized yesterday while I was driving. You guys notice, right? I'm going backwards to go to Aichi Prefecture. My next prefecture is Kanagawa Prefecture, neighbor prefecture of Tokyo. A popular prefecture, Kanagawa. Maybe you guys heard of Yokohama or the military base Yokosuka. So I'm going there. So that means I have to drive again the same route.
Yo,
Shizuoka prefecture is like pretty long. So this means that I think I'm going like, I don't know, maybe like 300 kilometer or a little bit less than 400 kilometer. No, I don't know. That's too much. That's a stupid distance.
he does
Yeah,
make a lot
so
of weird
Aichi
decisions, doesn't he?
Prefecture is
Remember when
like
he went
the
hiking? That didn't
third
go well. Remember
biggest
that?
city. Instead of Aichi Prefecture, the popular name is Nagoya. Another popular thing is Toyota. Yes, you guys know, right? The famous Toyota-san. Their main office is here. Literally, there's a Toyota city. Yeah, it's that big. So because it's the third biggest, yeah, I have like couple friends I want to see, but yeah, I don't have time, I have only 1 week, and within that week I have to film and edit. And yeah, so I literally have only like 2 or 3 days. Kuni, sing it. Okay. Easy going, never mind, just we. Blue sky, beautiful place, you can feel. ガタガタしてさ、なんかさ
Oh man, this must be miserable.
Ah, すみません、本日レンタカー予約してるものです。あ、すみません、ありがとうございます。すみません、ありがとうございます。
今日誕生日じゃないですか。
そうなんですよ。ちょっとたまたまなんか、誕生日だったみたいな。
今日はちなみにどちら方面ですか？
いや、なんかもう結構行き当たりばったりで、多分こう運転しながらこうなんか気軽に、わあすごい、すごいですね。はい。終電に。ありがとうございます。すみません。じゃあまた。ありがとうございます。
You bought this? What's the deal?
ありがとうございます。
Alright.
Noma-sans, I got the rent a car. Yes. Yes. Not yes. Look at the weather. It's crazy rainy, san. super sad. Bad luck. Bad luck. Yeah, it's understandable. It's a rainy season already. I think tomorrow it's gonna be sunny and cloudy. So yeah, I rented for 3 days. I want to spend my whole time in this car. This is the car that I wanted to rent it. I rented two type. One is the customized mini camping truck, and then the second one is the big camping car with Kuni-san. Yeah, and the whole time I was looking for the small one because my budget wise it's good, and I saw Cheney-san's car, and I wanted to try it out, right? I was like, maybe if it's a big city they might have this type. So I looked and I found it. Yes! Wait, it's getting stronger. I cannot move from here. I cannot move. Why? I cannot. Why raining crazy sun? Rain sun. Please stop. Stop rain sun. Rain sun. Please buy my merch.
Yo.
Noma-sans. Noma-sans, I'm
It wasn't loading?
tired
Weird.
from all the long drive
His
from Shizuoka
his facial hair really bothers me.
Aichi, and yeah, like I think I slept good yesterday, but
His facial hair really bothers me,
I'm
dude.
still tired. I want to take a nap, son. Yeah, I can take a nap. Before, if I want to take a break, I had to go to internet cafe. But if it's this, I can just lie down.
Like
take
what
a
kind
nap.
of?
That's super good. Okay, let's take a nap, son.
Really? Oh, he actually fell asleep too. That's crazy. Man, you gotta be tired if you can fall asleep like this. I wish I could.
Noma-san, it's raining still. But I'm not gonna give up. I'm a strong YouTuber. Okay, so Noma-san, I'll introduce the minivan. Yes, minivan.
Oh.
And I really like
How
the
many-
color, super cute, right? So like I said, this is the one that I wanted
He
to
has more
rent it.
English fans
Yeah,
than
this minivan.
look,
Yeah, I
it's
really
only
couldn't
English
find, but I
fans. It's so
finally
funny.
found it.
Not a
Seriously, the
single
color is
Japanese
so
person
nice.
watches him.
And this little design. Oh, I thought it's Suzuki, but it's a Toyota, factory-based Toyota. It looks like Suzuki. Yeah, so I've been driving for like a couple minutes, but yeah, the size, driving a K-van is so comfortable. Honestly, it's so small, like parking, driving in the road, yeah, so easy. The staff told me the engine is not really strong, so it doesn't go like really fast. Yeah, maybe that part I will notice if I go to like highway or something, but yeah, I don't have a plan to go to highway. All right, so before I show you the main part, let me just show you the front side.
In
Yeah,
Japanese cars.
very normal. Yeah, it's not Toyota. I think they made a mistake. This logo is not Toyota, right? Yeah, regular K-van driver seats. Yeah, it's pretty small in the front, but yeah, no problem for me. Nothing special, but it's all good. It's all good. Okay, Noma-san, I know, not the driver's seat, right? I understand. Please wait. It's coming right here. Okay, Noma-san, I know you wanna see this one. Okay, let's go. Open.
It's such a weird car.
So nice, right? I love it. Yes, this wooden material gives this very chill, natural vibe. Super good. So there's actually a pretty good space, like a storage space. I pretty much put all my stuff here, and they even let me borrow some of their stuff too. Even this, they let me borrow this. Yes, they told me they can take this off easily. So if I want, I can make it into 4 people seater. So it's just folded in and it's flat. So they just put this wood thing on top. I forgot the actual time, but you gotta do this car inspection every once in a while. Was it like every 2 years? Something like that. And whenever you do the car inspection, you have to put it back to the normal condition, like almost like factory condition. So you got to put the seat back and everything. So ideal is set it so you can take it out easily. You don't want to like really glue it in or something like that, you know. It should be easy like that, or else you're gonna have hard time every time you do inspection. Okay, so where should I start? Yeah, this one is a little table with little shelf. Yeah, it's perfect. It really fits a lot of my stuff. This here too, it has more space to put your stuff. And this is the table. You open this and there's this thing here, right here. Yes, just take that out and then bam, we got some table time. So, you know, I can do my computer work here, eat food, even here, no problem. And yeah, extra space here. They let me borrow their big battery and they added this thing. Yeah, this is smart. Yeah, I should do this if I get like a minivan. Yeah, and this fence looking thing. Yeah, it's good. So I can put hook, I can hang my clothes here too. Yeah, my slippers and even my cameras. Yeah, and I should get this. This is like a magnet with a little clip. When I was taking a nap, every time people park right next to me, when they get out of the car, probably it's like natural instinct for them to like look inside the car and then they'll see me. And so many times my eye meet the other person's eye and we have this awkward moment. So yeah, so this clip thing, we can put it like here and I can hang like this cloth so they cannot see. I think it's a good idea to have this open. It's not that big. Of course, the height is really good. I think it's a high roof version, but definitely, I cannot stand sun. This is the maximum, like a sumo position. It's already, my head is hitting already. That's the most negative. That's something I gotta really think about. Yeah, the special movement, I cannot do that. Yeah. And yeah, so I really love this rack. No problem, I have space hitting the top. If I'm gonna...
It's not too bad.
Okay.
I mean, I would never live like this, but...
Moment of truth. Right? Yeah, no problem. Yes, I can sleep. Every
What the fuck?
our event or something like. And yes, I'm so sure Maida-san have like so much idea too. The only thing, the only negative part is I cannot do the special movement. That's a big problem. So now, oh yeah, I forgot one more thing. Yeah, this car
You need to shave,
strength
dude.
is
Please,
stealth mode.
please
Compared
shave.
to the RV I rented
Please
last
shave.
time
Holy shit.
and the mini camper
It's
truck,
so
this
gross. It's so gross.
car is the master stealth mode. I want to try to find a 24-hour park and then sleep there and then see if people's gonna warn me. Yeah, today, stay food, right? Oh, very nice mall. Ah, it looks very good. Yes, Loft-san. Yes, I found the B-side label. Now the problem is if they have. Oh, I found it right away. IG. Oh, this is nice. IG. I think I like this. I like this. IG. It's a train ticket. Train ticket. IG. Okay, this is good. Let's get this one. Okay, Noma-sans, I'm gonna do live stream. Yeah, I got my phone, my light, this sausage one, this potato, different pizza in one.
Man, what is it about Japanese and not knowing how to make pizza? They always make shit like this every time.
There's this corn one, this sausage one, this potato. Can you guys believe that? Noma-sans, we got some carbs on carbs. Pepperoni with some veggies, yeah. Couple of my American friends ate this and they said it's good. The taste is good, but it's not the pizza they know, right? So mixed feelings on this pizza. But yeah, I got this one. And of course, we got some Kokusan. Yes, I love you, Kokusan. And then we got some another Kokusan. Yes, I love you too. Happy birthday.
Oh yeah, it's his birthday.
Oh.
I don't know. This is...
I'm too full already.
I tried to fight Rogan.
No! Fuck you, bitch.
I got this one. And of course, we got some. Oh, I'm frozen. No, I'm full. Okay. Yeah, let's check. Let's go to like a 24-hour park and let's set up. And yeah, I'm here at this random like parking.
That's
space.
so.
Yeah,
That's
it
so.
looks pretty kind of dark.
That's so Japanese that you can do that. You can't do that anywhere else.
Toilet, man. The toilet look pretty scary.
And there's like a toilet you can use. That would never work.
That toilet.
No.
So let's sleep. Noma-san. Thank you. Yeah, this is hopefully nobody's gonna kick me out or warn me. So yeah, the next video is just me trying this whole minivan and do a review. What do I think?
Didn't you just do a review earlier now?
Yeah,
What
I
the
think I
fuck?
was just happy. Noma-sans, thank you so much. All right, yeah, see you in the next video. Another.
Yeah, you got it, dude. God damn. What the fuck was that damage? No fair. Disrespect. Cheap Charlie went to Guatemala and went to the whole to Hooters. So what? So he got robbed. Yeah, I agree. He got oh no, I closed the oh, yeah. Oh my God. Why do I fix this again? I can't read chat. Okay, okay, okay. What? He what? He was sad too. Yeah, but they so he just see what? So he ran away. So dude, I'm telling you, I am fucking telling you. All right, I don't know how many times I gotta tell you. This guy is a virgin. I mean, how many fucking times do I have to tell you? He's a virgin. You know, you just refuse to believe me. But he is a fucking, you know, he is. He is. See, dude, I'm telling you, dude. He's a virgin. He's a virgin. Yeah, he's a virgin, dude. I'm telling you, he's a virgin. Dude, what the fuck is this? Why is this show? Let's start from the beginning. I have high feelings about this. I want this game to be good. Well, I think he's a virgin. This game looks sick. Yeah, this game looks sick. Oh, fuck, you know. I'm not, I don't like... Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited about that, yeah. He's a diva. Yeah, he streams on
I want you to understand something. This literally is a situation where I'm in dire financial straits, and if this stands where I'm going to be making half as less money on YouTube as I ever did before, starting now, I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to have all my shit reclaimed. You know, credit card bills are going to go default. I'm probably going to have to declare bankruptcy. I'm going to lose everything.
Yeah, whose fault is that? Is that your own fault? I mean, people...
Why is there going to be an influx of new viewers? Asmongold is restreaming me? Why? Why are you restreaming me and shitting on me? Of all people. Whatever. Enjoy.
Okay, this dude is a menace to reality? Dude.
Yeah, same.
Then I get hit anyway. What the hell?
I've seen so many of these. Oh, it gets better. It gets better. Give me a minute. Let me pull it up. Pure content? No. I saw 5 of these or 6 of these, and I was gonna watch them.
Go
Let
up.
me go back and make sure that I have all of them lined up. Okay? Yeah, I do. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Oh no!
Oh.
I blew it. I had it. I blew it. Last second.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh. Rainbow Road. There it is.
No way! No way! Go!
He's first place. He's gonna
Blue
win.
shell on me, no!
He's gonna.
I won anyway! I won anyway! Oh my
Jesus.
god! They hit me with a blue shell to screw me at the end, and I still won.
Wow, what a champion.
Yes!
Wow,
The
played
ultimate.
it. Wow.
Ultimate Rainbow Road victory.
There
Are
it
you
is,
kidding
boys.
me? Ultimate clause, yes! Yes!
That's
Oh my god, he's so excited, dude.
Wow!
The god.
Wow, that
The
is
literal
so epic.
god. This was against the bots.
Oh my god!
It was like the bot round at the beginning, you know?
That was so epic. Oh my god, that couldn't have been written any better. Oh man.
Now do you know why Marvel Rivals makes you play against AI? Does it make more sense now?
Woo!
Man.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Wow.
Okay. What's he doing?
I'm not, wait! I wasn't in first! Whoa!
What?
I got hit with a blue shell and I was in third.
He was in first? Yeah.
I'm
No,
not-
you
wait,
were.
I wasn't in first.
You were afraid. It literally says it.
Whoa.
It just says it.
I got hit with a blue shell and I was in third.
Yeah, he was.
How am I supposed to come back now? The game blatantly cheated. Blue shell hits first. Why did blue shell hit me? I was in third. The game literally just cheated. What the hell was that?
Dude, he's so pathetic, dude.
No, I wasn't in first. I was in third. Complete bullshit. Don't make an excuse. The game literally just fucking cheated. I was
It's
in
the game
third
cheating.
place and blue shell put me
That's
in
right.
sixth. cheating bullshit.
So
Yeah,
true.
and again, it's just what I'm telling you about 150cc. The game will cheat on the hardest difficulty. I was doing fine. I was gonna come back. You hit me with a blue shell when I'm in third.
Look at that, man.
Bullshit. Wow.
Man.
Right. Look, what did I do wrong?
It was his own shell.
Right.
It was his own,
What did I do wrong?
it's his own shell. Oh no. Okay.
Right.
Okay. There's another one. This is so good. Oh, here we go.
It's so funny how everyone shits on like
What's
like
going on? What?
he hasn't been.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What just happened? The game put me in the wrong direction? The
What are you
game put me
doing?
in the wrong direction.
What is this?
Oh, thanks.
Oh god.
Oh, I think there's a problem with that.
Don't you have Google Maps on this game?
Why did the game put me in the wrong fucking direction?
With the game, dude.
And now it stole my item.
Oh god. 15 foot. Oh Jesus Christ. Let's see if there's any more of these. Yeah, bad game. This game is unfair. What the fuck? And
Is
where is it? Where is it? No, it's not this one. There's gotta be another one, right? Fuck, I think that might be all of them. I'm so disappointed. I thought there were more. Well, the odds are, give it a day or so and there's gonna be more. Oh my fucking god. The game doesn't explain what you're doing. They need to patch it for sure. Yeah, I guess so. That was good, man. It was. And wow. And more of this? Yeah, it's so fucking funny to me. I love it. And it worked. It worked, though. Even you're watching them. You're right. It did work.
show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. Whoa.
There is another one.
Oh. Oh, that's fair. Car drives right into me. Misses all of them, but drives directly into me. I'm not. Wait! I wasn't in first! How am I supposed to come back now? The game blatantly cheated. What just happened? What? I was driving straight. The game clipped me off the edge and made me fall off the track, even though I was driving straight. The game cheated a million times. I was hitting the boxes. It wasn't giving me an item. Pretending like the guy in front of me got it. No, he didn't. I hit the box.
Yeah.
It was blatantly abusing the system over and over. What a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's right.
I couldn't see. I couldn't see the stage. What was I supposed to do there? Come on, my first
We
win.
will see.
Can we get some support for my first win in Mario Kart World, baby, on the hardest difficulty?
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. This shit is fucking funny. And who's this guy? I think it's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know what to say. And I forgot if he's still alive. Yeah, bro, he's still living. He's doing fine. Oh. There's also Night Rain.
This is a fucking joke. This is stupid as fuck. There was no way I could help him. I tried. There was no way I could help him. And then the enemy can hit me through the fucking wall. This game is fucking ass, man. It really is. Why does it hit me through the wall? Perfectly.
This is amazing. This is actually fucking amazing. This can't be... Blue shell energy, yes. I don't know what to do about this. It's so fucking funny, man. Come on, it's the fucking game. Yeah, this is the average solo queue experience. Is that right? Is that it? Okay, let me see. I pull up any of these other ones. Yeah, I already saw a lot of these anyway.
Yeah, what were you saying, Buckwell, about me sucking? Here's your redemption right here. There it is. Where was Asmongold there? Why wasn't Asmongold watching me there? Where were you, Asmongold? What were you busy doing? That's right. Clip that shit.
Forget about it, dude.
Clip that and send it to him. There you go.
Forget about it.
I thought I suck. I thought I'm horrible. How could I possibly win a knockout tour match?
Forget about it. Martin Scorsese shrimp scampi. Is that what you typed in? Dude, that's pretty good, dude. I like that one. Oh, every Mortal
The
Kombat guy
Mortal
died.
Kombat series has given us some of the most iconic. In today's video, not nations. I also and deaths as we do them fight in First Blood, driving his Naginata through Li Mei's abdomen, and she is never seen again. Until MK9, that is, where she can still be seen with the Naginata plunged into take the L. The next confirmed death is slightly less convincing, but just work with me here. After famously socking Mileena, Stryker ascends the steps but doesn't stand a chance against Kano's cybernetic eye. Or does he? When analyzing this sequence, Stryker lays motionless after Kano's attack, but then recovers and continues ascending the stairs. I think the fatal blow occurs at the hands of Shang Tsung, who hurls a flaming skull at a group of fighters beneath him on the steps, one of which is Stryker.
Oh god, it's a shitty animation.
A combination of Kano lasering his chest, paired with a skull explosion and subsequent fall from the pyramid, is enough to convince me of Stryker's demise.
Spread 'em!
So long, Stryker. You fought the good fight. And eventual queen of the Shokan herself, Shiva, perishes third, and this one is indisputable in my opinion. After effing up Bo Raicho for puking all over the stairs, Shiva takes a Nightwolf arrow to the back before Cyrax queues up for a piggyback ride. She quickly shakes that off and she figures to best Ermac and Nightwolf in a 1v2 situation. However, Kenshi spoils this attempt by driving his sword directly through her chest. He then finishes her off with a slash across the back just for good measure. Despite having a pair of extra appendages, Shiva could have used more in this situation, as her death is later confirmed in MK9.
Holy shit, dude.
Unfortunately for the blind swordsman, Quan Chi proved that two swords are better than one, driving one of his directly into Kenshi. For good measure, Ermac comes out of nowhere and double chest stomps onto Kenshi before revealing himself to be Shang Tsung. In the ensuing scenes, he lies motionless before debatable. Kenshi saw more than any of us could. His life to a But little did he know, a relic from his past would come back for vengeance.
Will be revived.
Scene and the crowd goes wild. He throws down with the man who ended his life, but Shang momentarily wins the scuffle, leading ZLK down the steps before doing the same with Mileena and Shujinko. Just before Shang reaches the top, Liu Kang snags him with both hooks as he rapidly ages.
At last, it has come to this final battle. Armageddon.
Death just before the top of the pyramid. But how did he die? The logical answer here is that Liu Kang was the one who ended him. But you can also see Shinnok and Scorpion ascending the steps just before the intro ends. They could have been involved in inspecting an old process. Right off the rip, we see Kung Lao was pieced up by Shinnok. It's unclear if this is what did him in, but it's a safe assumption. Jumping back to Armageddon,
we gotta watch all of them die, dude.
Briefly, who we'll get to shortly. And that's the last time we see him in the previous
game.
That unfortunately means that we can only speculate about his cause of death. But given Shinnok's status as a fallen god, I submit that he caused Kung Lao's death sometime after he fought Baraka. He uses this same attack on Raiden as well. And don't worry, death to Kung Lao is nothing new in this series. We could comfortably say that he succumbed to Shinnok's suffocating skeletal hands in this case. Kitana is the second deceased character we see in the MK9 opening cinematic, right beside Kung Lao, but there is no information to go on apart from some blood on her arm. Stepping back to the Armageddon intro, the Edenian princess can be seen schooling Kano in a fight before Kintaro yeets her out of the frame. She fights Reptile later, who she has some history with dating back to MK3. After that, this might be her ascending the steps just before the intro ends. Although we know that she's dead, there's no definitive hit that shuts her lights off, if you will. As we know, the battle continued after the Armageddon intro ended, so I'm putting my expert theoretical analysis to work. I picture Shao Kahn standing atop the pyramid, still fending off the other fighters, one of which was his adopted daughter. Given her proximity to the pyramid in the MK9 intro, I think Shao Kahn battered her with his Wrath Hammer, and that put her away potentially with some involvement by Mileena since she was imitating Kitana based on her Armageddon bio. I'd be open to your interpretation of this one, so let me know in the comments.
Jesus Christ.
Whatever.
I'm here to
Hero's Corey blade buried in him, that's the most convenient explanation, which also works from a storyline perspective because of their extensive history.
By defeating you, Sub-Zero, only rest. Your soul will never rest, Scorpion. The living may have been responsible for your murder, but your family's true killer still remains free.
Amazing animation.
Although I will say that Scorpion and Sub-Zero's feud had almost zero development from MK4 up until this fight. In the Armageddon intro, he scraps with Sub-Zero often, and is last seen running up the pyramid steps alongside Shinnok. How he ended up all the way back here is just unknown. But perhaps Shinnok, Blaze, or Shao Kahn sent him back to the ground, where he and Sub-Zero continued their fight before succumbing to the many wounds suffered during the fight. It's a poetic ending for Scorpion, whose story has always been intertwined with his bitter rival. Fighting explanation driving his Naginata into Li Mei. He had his comeuppance sometime after achieving the first confirmed elimination. Unfortunately, there are no indications of how he perished or even any visible wounds. In the Armageddon intro, he is shown only fighting Sub-Zero. Theorized that Sub-Zero ended him. Hotaru's deception bio states that his mission is to hunt
Hotaru.
down Sub-Zero
Who remembers
before
Hotaru?
doing the same to Scorpion.
Who the fuck
The leader
remembers
of the
Hotaru?
Tarkatan army is on the next screen in what is arguably the most iconic death shown in Mortal Kombat 9's opening sequence. Not only that, but it's unquestionably the most definitive death of the entire battle. Cut and dry, pun intended, Baraka's death came at the hands, the brim of Kung Lao's hat. After the two were seen throwing down in the Armageddon opener, both on the ground and somehow mid-air, Kung Lao showcased more than just his razor-sharp wit.
It is a battle of blades.
My hat's blade has greater range.
But you only have one.
They got fucked up.
Splitting the Tarkatan's head in half, absolutely imagery. Suspected kills of epic proportions. In MK9, we see him clearly not alive. And there's a Hotaru connection from earlier. Considering
got fucked up,
Hotaru's
nigga.
personal motivations, I believe he and Baraka teamed up on Sub-Zero, which explains why Baraka's severed arm with blade is stuck in him. That's kind of a lame way for Sub-Zero to go, but I think there's a more intricate explanation here. So he fights Scorpion and Hotaru, but eventually reaches the pyramid. While running up the steps, he is one of many fighters to be on the receiving end of Shang Tsung's Flaming Skull blast. This launched him back down to where the battle began, where he squared off against Hotaru and Baraka. He sustained various injuries, but ultimately ended Hotaru. After Baraka stabbed his arm blade into him, he severed his arm but succumbed to his many wounds, and maybe even Scorpion was involved in some fashion. Sub-Zero that they were both blasted by Shang Tsung's attack, or maybe the death I have for Johnny is that Shinnok was culpable.
Lord Shinnok to you.
He definitely had motive, as Johnny uncovered his plot to rally the forces of darkness. I know this may not align with the fact that Shinnok is seen ascending the pyramid steps not long after, but I feel there was enough time to remove Johnny's head before he got to this point. Or maybe it happened not present in the Battle of and ended Johnny before retreating. He is later seen developing an evil plot with Quan Chi at the end of MK9. As we know, Johnny would later defeat Shinnok to bring this fantasy booking storyline full circle. Oh yeah, Shao Kahn also annihilated Johnny with his hammer. No matter how you look at it, Johnny fought valiantly but couldn't get ahead of his competition. She was inexplicably split in half at the waist, as shown in the MK9 opener, and those birds are just feasting. Referring back to the Armageddon opener, she fought Frost before her future husband Johnny rudely shoved her off the pyramid. Again, the obvious questions here are as follows. How did she end up back here? I didn't see her in the mix of fighters blasted by Shang Tsung or Shao Kahn, so there's not much explanation there. The more important question is, who split her in half? I believe there are two viable possibilities. The first is that Kano got the better of her and ended her in the most brutal manner possible. The brutality of her death seems personal to me, so Kano is a likely perpetrator in Sonya's death. The other theory is that Sector was responsible. And hear me out on this one. Sonya was one of the few characters with an actual bio in Armageddon, which explains that she and Jax were hunting down a cyber
that's great.
faction called
That's
the
absolutely
Cocoon.
marvelous.
Led by Sector, the special
That is
forces
great.
identified this group as a legitimate threat to civilization. This feud even reached the point where the Takunin captured Jax, and Sonya wasn't Tsung for creating him, only for Shang to easily put him away. An alternate theory that could work is that Natara, as a lover of all things blood, just ate him, since he's the physical embodiment of meat and blood. I don't know. I'm open to your theories on this one.
Here, take this.
Journey with Mocap, another meme character. As we know, with the gimmick of this game, this beautiful tribute to Carlos Pacina had to come back for one last hurrah. That is, from a game perspective. What's there to say? He's Mocap. A fun gag and a nice concept, but he has no place in these parts. Literally anyone apart from maybe Meat could have ended Mocap. I'm convinced
Mocap is super
that
gay.
Mocap
I hate
walked onto
Mocap.
the battlefield, saw what was happening, and was like, "F that." But if I had to predict who ended him, why not just inflate Shao Kahn's body count more? Or just maybe Johnny Cage recognized Charles Mocap Golden as a threat to his position in Hollywood and utilized the Battle of Armageddon to ensure he would not
Died.
And that's it.
I win.
That's what you think, bitch.
A theoretical deep dive and explanation of how every character died in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Sort of. Now, let's get a character I believe was solely responsible for another's death. If I was between 2 or 3 fighters, I gave them credit for half an elimination. I'm not going to go through how many eliminations each character had because that would take forever, but feel free to pause here to see how everything shook out. Let's instead cover the top 5. We had 2 characters tied for 4th with 3 eliminations each, and poetically, it's Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Scorpion had 3 full eliminations on Noob Saibot, Draman, and Moloch. Sub-Zero had 3 full eliminations on Scorpion, Hotaru, and Frost. In the bronze position was surprisingly Taven, who I credited with full eliminations on Cabal and Dagon. He also had half eliminations on Sector, Quan Chi, Kira, Cobra, and Rain. Although I think it's probably fair to put an asterisk next to this one. In the silver position was Shang Tsung, who fully eliminated Stryker, Dairu, Ermac, and Tanya. I also credited him with half eliminations on Kenshi, Cobra, Kano, Rain, and Meat. And finally, the moment we've all been waiting for, and to absolutely no one's surprise, Hammer Time Shao Kahn ran away with the gold medal. He amassed 11.5 eliminations, including fulls on Katana, Raiden, Blaze, Onaga, Reiko, Shujinko, and Goro. He had half credits on Jax, Bo Raicho, Cyrax, Nightwolf, Melina, Quan Chi, Kai, Kira, and Mocap. Listen, I did my
Get a little
best.
strong
I
ones.
stand by my wish that there was more clarity about how the
Oh yeah. People make the weirdest fucking YouTube videos, huh? The weirdest fucking YouTube videos, I swear to God.
I've always been impressed by the outfits that especially made, whether they have a soup, but more older of the better reviews. I'm them based like for the they have like 6 or 7. This here Shrino character that I track most amount of outfits in Tekken. I think he's probably top 3 or something like that. The best part is he be putting that shit on, but it's usually like some really calm fits though. Mainly just his fighting gear with the flame motif and some kind of spin on that with every different installment. I've always liked this outfit in every game, but in Tekken 8, it looks like dog shit. But when he wants to put some shit on and look clean as hell, whether it be like formal or casual or flashy, he does it flawlessly. Like his player 3 outfit in Tekken 6, bro, he hardly has any bad outfits. My top 3 for Jin, his Tekken 6 player 3, his Tekken 4 player 1, and his Tekken 5 player 2. Honorable mention, his Tekken 5 player 3. I think based on these 3 fits, I honestly got that boy in S. I kind of want to put Jin in triple. All right. You know what? Nah, he got that boy in triple K, but he's G with it, right? But half of that shit come from. Like, I know when he transforms into Double Jin, he gets the horns.
Just skip to the,
For down what my favorite are. He's the closest thing we have to Wisdom in Tekken. Speaking of Wisdom, I don't know why that hairstyle isn't being seen as much. It's not being seen as much, y'all. I hope y'all have been noticing, because I've been noticing. I'm not. But that might be a topic for another video. Regardless, Triple S. I forgot to list down what my favorite on Young Thug CV.
Well, that was a video. That was a video, huh?
Mortal Kombat 2 is in no hurry to lay its cards on the table and is carefully revealing details. 2 months ago, we were shown the first official stills featuring the newcomers of the sequel. However, the trailer has still not been released. At CinemaCon, behind closed doors, full excerpts from the film were shown, descriptions of which recently appeared online. At the same time, the producer revealed details about Johnny Cage's role, who, apparently, will indeed become the central hero. In the next few minutes, we'll take a look at what's happening with the second film, and why the studio seems to be sidelining Cole Young. Let's begin with what was shown at CinemaCon. There weren't many details because the footage was part of a montage of upcoming Warner Brothers projects. The emphasis was clearly on James Gunn's rebooted superhero universe, which has received major investment and attention. Mortal Kombat was limited to a few shots featuring Scorpion, Raiden, and Cage. Even so, it was a step forward since only 4
I am
photographs
so
and a
sick of
poster had been officially presented before.
superhero movies, dude.
In the event's video compilation, we got a live-action look at Karl Urban as Johnny Cage. His appearance was met with loud ovations from the audience. The new Earthrealm fighter was furiously shouting, "I'm Johnny Cage," with Urban's signature brutality. It was noted that in this scene he was in the company of Lord Raiden, surrounded by lightning. In the next shot, he was already smirking and declaring that it was time to begin. It's not hard to guess that Cage will be skeptical about participating in a deadly tournament. After all, he's a popular movie star, and fighting someone like Baraka doesn't exactly appeal to him. However, if we recall the original film and Johnny's overall game history, he has always been trying to prove his worth. His shout in the first footage, claiming his identity as Johnny Cage, reflects this inner contradiction. The second scene with him hints at the moment when he masters his arcana, reconciles with himself, and gets ready to fight. Overall, the description sounds promising, and it's telling that the focus is on Cage. It's clear the studio wants to make the most of Urban's popularity. According to Warner Brothers executive Richard Brenner, Cage will indeed take center stage. In a recent interview, he said the studio is listening to its audience, so the sequel should include many memorable fights, fatalities, and new main heroes. It's clear the second part will be packed with fighters, already numbering over 20. But when they mention main heroes, that suggests a shakeup in the team. Cole Young, Mortal Kombat.
Dude,
all more recognizable heroes move to the forefront.
Dude, I am amazed how much he can yap about something that, like, nothing.
That said, as great as Urban's Johnny Cage was, the biggest applause reportedly came when Scorpion appeared on screen. With his trademark line, "Get over here," he launched a kunai from each hand. It seems his character has been significantly upgraded since the first film, making each of his battles more spectacular. Sadly, however, we shouldn't expect to see him often. In an interview, Hiroyuki Sanada said his character would play a pivotal role in main story arcs, but wouldn't directly join Earthrealm's team of defenders. The first film glossed over Hanzo's transformation into Scorpion, and many hoped the sequel would fix this. The confirmed return of Bihan as Noob Saibot suggests there will be several scenes set in the Netherrealm. Shang Tsung, threatened by the Emperor, seeks help from Quan Chi, who naturally has his own motives. The Necromancer revives and enhances Bihan, which provokes Hanzo. It was assumed the sequel would explore the terms of their deal and why Quan Chi resurrected Hanzo as Scorpion. Now, however, it seems this may happen off-screen. With so many new characters, and according to Sanada's comments, after Cage and Scorpion holding Shang Tsung, who, understandably, will take offense and ally with Quan Chi. Until then, we can only wait for new details and hope the plot doesn't become a mess of Easter eggs and fate.
It's promising. I'm surprised people actually give a shit still. To this day, give a shit about MK to actually produce movies. Yeah, I think he's just completely, I think, I think he's just over it. He probably does his own thing, Look how ugly this looks, dude. I don't know if he does. I hope he does. He deserves it.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Today we're taking a look at secret exits from Super Mario World. There's over 70 levels in the Super Nintendo Mario Adventure, and 24 of these levels contain a secret exit which creates an alternate path on the overworld, connecting Mario to new levels, warp pipes, and can't forget about the warp stars. The overall placement and design of these secret exits are really quite clever and well implemented, which had me thinking about what are the most clever, trickiest to find, and overall favorite.
This is probably my favorite game of all time. This game is so good, dude.
Was a mix of what surprised me the most with a blend of what I thought were overall the coolest designs. Without further delay,
such a great game.
Top 10 secret exits in Super Mario World.
It's such a good ass game, isn't it? It really is the ultimate game.
Number 10, Vanilla Dome 2. There are many tricky little puzzles or effects to be had with P-switches in Super Mario World. These switches change solid brown blocks into obtainable coins. Sometimes the design around P-switches is getting the player to think of bringing it to a different place to use its effects on other brown blocks. Going against basic platforming intuition and how the rest of the level has flowed, we make our way to the left with this P-switch, running through these walls, continuing left and down until we get to a key. We also have to make our way down through the water with it and wind past some fish. Swimming with an object like a block, shell, or a key can feel really slippery in comparison to normal swimming, since it gives you this unusually strong forward pull wherever you're pointing the object. I like the trickery of having to cut back left as you drop deeper into the chasm, and for this secret exit, it grants you access to the red hidden block switch, overall making it number 10 on the list.
It's one of those, this is the sort of game I would buy for my retro.
Donut Ghost House. This is a classic
and it's such a
and
fucking
well-hidden
classic
secret exit. You have to enter with a cape and make your way to the left at the very beginning of the stage. Attempting to fly up through ghosts is counterintuitive for sure, so you'd really have to be curious and thinking outside the box to turn around and try flying up the left side in the very beginning of the level, especially when the presence of the ghosts naturally flush the player forward right away. But if you get a little space and cut back flying up tight on the left, you can reach this floor at the top of the screen. You get to run all the way to the right, and you're generously granted 4 1-ups for the secret path that you found. But the biggest prize of all is this, quote, stage that you unlock. It's just an awesome quick stop for power-ups and Yoshi. Being able to swing by to immediately stock up is an incredible perk if you ever wanted just a bit more beef and assurance going into the next challenge. It's called the Top Secret Area. It's an extremely helpful place to have access to if you're ever struggling on any of the stages. You can come here whenever you'd like for your choice of fire flowers, yellow capes, and of course, Yoshi. It's such an easy area to miss. There's absolutely nothing hinting at its existence. In fact, they push the player away from it. It's no wonder why it's called Top Secret Area. Some may argue it higher on the list, which I could understand. One thing is for sure, it's at least worthy of number 9 on the list.
Weepoo.
Number 8, Vanilla Secret 1. Vanilla Dome has
like everyone, you have to be soulless not to enjoy
this game. Looking at the level
game.
prior, how we got here. In Vanilla Dome 1, there's a pretty obvious and simple secret exit. Your first time here, the red block outlines do a great job highlighting there's something up there. And even though you haven't reached this red block switch quite yet, this stage gives you Yoshi, and using him you're able to bump the vine and climb on out, resulting in Mario heading left on the overworld, climbing up the stone side. Which brings you to Vanilla Secret. You have a really cool and unique stage that's vertically oriented with a lot of upward bouncy scaling. If you're curiously looking around at this point, which you probably are after the last secret exit, you may happen to see this pipe on your left. There's a few ways to reach it. There's enough runway to take off at the bottom of the room with the cape once you first find it. By far the easiest options are to fly or using the spring after activating the blue switch in the Forest of Illusion. There are a couple tighter strategies with the spring, trying to position it on the very edge without dropping it, because every pixel counts to make this jump. If you want style points, it's really tricky to drop the spring while jumping and time it just right to bounce on it midair. It can definitely take practice getting used to this technique. And you might think you could use Yoshi, but he actually can't reach up here. There's no way to fly him up here. The only way you can move up is by climbing. I just really enjoy the momentum of these 2 secret exits in a row. Not that Super Mario World doesn't have multiple examples of that. For some reason, it's always stood out to me over here. Plus the rocks are cleared on the overworld to bring you to Star Road, making it number 8 on the list. Number 7, Valley of Bowser 2, second level of the 7th world. There's a slower pace to these challenges. The entire time, it's conditioning the player to a pattern of hurrying up and waiting. There's a long and somewhat tedious section of the ground shifting up and down with intermittent chances for you to run ahead safely. You're bound to be excited to run forward from it, making this next secret exit so easy to overlook. There's no indicator here like a warp pipe, P-switch, or flight path. It's very unintuitive. From this little moving ledge, you jump out of screen and move to the left, completely out of sight in order to reach the next keyhole. It's simple but so easy to miss, and it really stood out to me as a shock when I saw it for the first time. I love the simplicity mixed with being totally reachable with just a standard jump, yet a player is just so unlikely to do that. And you're granted with the only access to this last fortress of the game, and that's an interesting level to be rewarded with. All of these things make it number 7 on the list. Number 6, Forest of Illusion 4. This one is pretty simple, but I like that it's kind of hidden in plain sight. In a way, this floating warp pipe just looks like it serves as this Lakitu's home, and he's throwing spike enemies, so naturally you'd want to move on from there. Plus the warp pipe isn't connected to the ground, so at a glance, maybe it wouldn't even occur to you that you can go down this tiny floating blue pipe. It's also too high for a standard jump, but you can jump from the side with a cape and float over there, or you can be stylish and build up enough momentum for a dashing jump to reach it. This will allow you to bop the Lakitu so you can proceed to this secret exit. If I had to pick one from the Forest of Illusion, this one always stood out to me for some reason. Not that the P Balloon Mario from Forest of Illusion 1 isn't always a hilarious sight, that's a good one too. Something about this little floating pipe with these uncommon enemies are really memorable for me, making it number 6 on the list. Number 5, Star World 5. There's a real sense of game completion to be had once you get to the final secret exit in Star Road. There's this trail of coins that come out of this block, and all you really need to know here is you wait for it to stop before hitting the P-switch. If you were to just run across, it's pretty obvious you're missing something, and it shouldn't take long to consider flying upward with Cape Mario. There are some barriers to entry here in this level, where you're highly encouraged to get all 4 hidden block switches before completing this secret exit. They make it crystal clear you need more block help if you ever want to move forward. So after yellow, you need green from Donut Plains, red from Vanilla Dome, and blue from Forest of Illusion. And then after all these have been hit, you can finally make a nice free run all the way to the secret exit that grants you access to the biggest bonus in the entire game, the 8 optional bonus levels, making this an important, memorable, and overall wholesome secret exit. It is worth mentioning you can just fly up into the hole with Cape Mario, although you can only reach it if you haven't gotten the blue blocks yet. Because of the cape's awesome takeoff power while being able to fly straight up, you get just high enough. You don't actually need to get any of these blocks for the secret exit, even though the first route makes it seem like you need all 4. It's really memorable and epic for the player either way, and that's just another example of their ingenious design, making it number 5 on the list. Number 4, Donut Plains 1. This may be a surprise, but we have to shout out the first level in the second world, which has the first secret exit in the game, and it's really well done. What's really cool is it's reachable in at least 6 different ways. The way they make it impossible to not notice is a very courteous way to introduce the secret exit concept. They do this with the outline of green hidden blocks that you haven't even reached yet at this point in the game, so a player may just accept that and come back later if and when they manage to find the green hidden block switch on the very next stage, which is rewarding in its own right, building up speed and scaling the wall. But the genius is also that there's multiple ways to reach it. This stage is full of caped Super Koopas, some of which carry the cape power-up. This is only the second level in the game with this power-up.
They should really make a.
Is still learning how
they should
to
make a game like this
if
again.
the player has a well-aimed
Why don't they make a game
you
like
can
this
squeeze
again?
into this hole, grabbing the key and proceeding to the exit. If that's too tricky of a space to aim your flight, The game also gives you access to Yoshi just before this, and with him, this secret exit is reachable too, but only if you have the right mindset to achieve it. If you dismount him at the top of a jump with just the right timing, you can barely get up there. In fact, sometimes it's so tight that the camera doesn't even scroll up with you. It's pretty awesome seeing this effect away from where it's supposed to be.
No, I didn't.
The other
sort
two
of gave
ways
up
we
on
can
Mario
dismount Yoshi is from the
after
bouncy
this
ramp.
game.
We can reach the lower of the two levels. And for the third, we can even do it off of a Super Koopa, which reach missing it. Not give Donut Plains high ranking of number 4. Number 3, Donut Secret House. Ghost houses are inherently tricky by design, and it really delights me to no end that one of these secret exits lead to a boss fight against Big Boo. Having a secret optional boss that's unique back then in a Mario game was just a really cool and surprising concept. It's already complete with its own quirky setup to throw you off the trail completely.
Yes.
When you grab this P-switch, there are already other doors
Yeah,
that become
you should really
accessible when
play
you
some
hit it.
more.
You're going to be looking
I
at the
really
door,
enjoyed
which
Mario
takes you
Maker
back
too
into the
on
level to try again.
Switch
Naturally,
too.
you'll
That
see
was
that a
that was
blue door
really
appears
fun.
within the coins, which gets blocked off during the switch, meaning you'll have to grab coins before hitting the switch. The level pulls you in this direction to this exit. It's the reasonable thing to do, but the secret exit is accessible by way of block vine over the yellow door, so it's placed where you'd think is not the right place to be, but climbing this vine brings you to a different blue door. This is where you square off against Big Boo, the only place you can fight him in the game. You do encounter some Big Boos elsewhere in a couple of ghost houses, but never is it set up for you to defeat one. Kicking up 3 blue blocks into your target while being wary of the other 2 Boos is how to take him out. It's just such a surprising and cool secret exit with this boss fight, making it number 3 on the list. Number 2, Valley Ghost House. Now here's a really odd and tricky one to find. In the final ghost house of the game, there's a room with a P-switch that you want to take with you and use in combination with this unique coin trail box that snakes the coins seemingly however it wants, until you realize it goes whichever way you're facing. At first, it seems like something just kind of odd and not too meaningful, but things get really crazy if you ever notice that the coins can also trail upward if you push up. When the P-switch is hit, coins turn into blocks, so if you happen to build stairs with the coins, you could end up seeing this hard-to-reach, well-hidden, small entrance secret exit. As far as how to reach it, it's a small gap the size as normal Mario, half the height of Super Mario, so even if you were to try to fly up there, it would have to be a very precise and honestly janky way to force yourself into the small gap. The clear and intended way is to somehow lead this coin trail right up to the opening off screen. If you can at least get it very close, you could jump into it normally or while crouched as Super Mario. Never mind that Mario can jump without actually using his legs at all. Most important thing here is it works. It's a tough secret exit to reach. Overall, it takes some really tricky execution no matter how you go about it, making it number 2 on the list.
Yeah, that one was hard.
Before we get to number 1, I do have one quick honorable mention. The secret exit coming from Donut Cave to the green switch has some cool things going on with it. While trying out different warp pipes isn't anything out of the ordinary, the way you reach this key is pretty cool. You have to at least reach this place with Big Mario, so you can press A and break these blocks. And important to mention, Super Mario World is the first Mario game that allows you to kick shells upward. So while holding the shell, you have to jump and kick it up into the block to sprout that vine in order to climb up and grab the key and proceed to the secret exit. You can use Yoshi to make this much easier. Having to climb the vine might make you think you have to leave Yoshi behind, but you can actually bring him with you 2 different ways. With a well-timed takeoff, you can fly up there with the cape, or you can harness the magic blue power that Yoshi gets from blue shells. While a red shell has him spit out fire, holding a blue shell sprouts wings, and you can flap those magical wings all the way up to the secret exit. I really love how the isolated blue shell is the solution with Mario and also with Yoshi in 2 completely different ways. Whichever of the ways you choose, it's a cool secret exit, and it didn't feel right to not give a shout out on this list.
Yeah, dude, this game is fucking
Alright,
excellent.
here we are at the top of the list. What secret exit could be the most clever and unique of all? Number 1, Cheese Bridge Area. Now here's a very clever and one-of-a-kind type of secret exit. Every single one of these secret exits have been found somewhere in their stage, such as a pipe along the way, taking a P-switch and going a less intuitive direction with it, or having to do something in the very beginning of the stage. But we have something very different on Cheese Bridge. This secret exit could drive a player crazy, as it's nowhere to be found throughout the entire level, all the way to the very end. And sadly enough, when you're trying to find this one, you'll really feel like you're on track with this rare event of hitting this box and flapping wings float without Mario being able to interact with them. It would take some additional knowledge, experimentation, or dumb luck that you touch the wings with Yoshi. And at the very least, you'd think this is where you find the secret exit, but after a bit of flying around, you realize it's not, it's just a bonus area. You come right back wondering where the heck could you possibly check next? Well, there is something very odd about the end of the stage that the game does a subtle but fair enough job at hinting to the player. These additional forward arrow signs. These are just about always present toward the end of levels throughout the game. So what are these two arrows doing here? It might make you consider trying something, like flying sky high and going over the goalposts. But to no avail, that's not how this works. It still triggers the end of the level. Cheese Bridge area is a somewhat difficult and dangerous stage too, with motorized saws on multiple tracks. Continuing to hunt in this stage is no walk in the park. If you play through the stage yet again and really analyze the end of the level, the platforms placed below the end goal may get those wheels turning on how to skip the end by going underneath it. But that could be a pretty tough idea to come by. After all, there's only one other level where you can go underneath the goalposts, but that's entirely different. 3 more worlds from now, and made a lot more obvious with a massive runway and 3 arrows begging you to take off. That feels more like a junction, it doesn't feel like a secret. These signs just make it so obvious. The vine that takes you up to the standard goal hardly seems like the only option you have here. The unique challenge here is, if you can't take off underneath and saws are all over the place on the way here, how can you reach this platform? Well, of course there's always the get out of jail free card with sacrificing Yoshi. But getting him here isn't the easiest task either. You have to fly over multiple areas and even bounce on the saws to get where you need to go. It's kind of hardcore, but that's what you need to do to reach the secret exit. The cape on its own is not the easy way. It really does take some practice and experimenting to get the diving and popping back just right. Whichever way you do it, there's nothing easy or natural about finding this secret exit. Plus, it's cool that it leads to Soda Lake, a great name and possibly the toughest water stage in the game. With how this secret exit is placed beyond the goalpost and the way they go about it, to me, it stands out more than anything else, making it number 1, the top secret exit in Super Mario World. But I'd also love to hear from you guys. What do you think are the top secret exits, or what are some of your favorite levels from Super Mario World? Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the other videos, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Super Mario is fucking great.
Imagine you're a villain in a spy movie. You've already invaded tropical islands, mountain bunkers, and maybe even a moon base. But now you get a mission. Invade Norway. Yeah, good luck with that. Invading Norway is like trying to break into a fortress designed by a Viking architect with a grudge and unlimited access to snow. It's cold, it's confusing, and it fights back. Today, we're breaking down exactly why Norway is one of the hardest countries on Earth to invade. From ice-covered mountains
he won't deliver my shit, dude.
Here's why every general
Such
considering attacking Norway probably ends up Googling easier countries to conquer. Let's dive in. Norway is 90% mountains. 90, as in if you throw a rock, it'll either bounce off a boulder or roll down a slope for 3 hours. Imagine trying to drive a tank through a mountain goat obstacle course. And don't get us started on the coastline. It's like someone handed a toddler a crayon and said, draw a straight line. The fjords are deep, narrow, and twisty, with cliffs that practically scream, come at me, bro. Then there are the islands, hundreds of them. Think Mario Kart, but every road ends in cold water and disappointment. There are only a few viable places to land, and even those are so poorly connected to the rest of the country that an invading army would get stuck in traffic behind a herd of sheep. Next up, the weather. If the terrain didn't stop you, the climate definitely will. Norwegian winters are no joke. They're like the final boss in a video game. Brutal, unforgiving, and always waiting around the corner. Snow? Check. Ice? Check. Blizzards that make GPS cry? Triple check.
Did I take the right medicine even?
In World War II, invaders
no, I
found
didn't.
their planes grounded,
I
their
took the
engines
wrong one.
frozen, and their boots stuck in snowdrifts. Meanwhile, Norwegians were out skiing circles around them, probably sipping hot cocoa and humming Viking battle songs. Strategically, Norway is like the bouncer at the club entrance to the Arctic and North Atlantic. If you want to party in the north, you better get past Norway first. As NATO's northern flank, it's got the eyes of an entire alliance watching its back. Trying to sneak into Norwegian territory would be like breaking into Fort Knox during a fire drill. And let's not forget the sea lanes. Norwegian waters are prime real estate for controlling transatlantic supply lines. If a war ever kicks off big time, you can bet every admiral on Earth will be staring at a map of Norway like it's the last slice of pizza. Okay, let's say you don't want to mess with the coast. Maybe you try to go through Sweden. Plot twist. Sweden is like the guy at the party who says he doesn't want any drama but shows up with a black belt and a flamethrower. It's neutral, sure, but it's also heavily armed and definitely not cool with you marching through its front yard. Even if you could get through Sweden, Norway's infrastructure isn't doing you any favors. The roads are sparse, the distances are long, and the weather's still laughing at you. History has spoken, folks. In 1940, the Germans managed to invade Norway, but it took a boatload of luck, surprise, and a whole lot of, wait, what just happened? Once the Allies tried to take it back, they found out the hard way that Norway is like a bad ex. Getting in is way easier than getting out. And during the occupation, the Norwegian resistance wasn't just scrappy, they were legendary. Sabotage missions, secret codes, ski troops darting through the night. It was like Mission Impossible, but with better sweaters. Fast forward to today, Norway is no pushover. In fact, it's quietly become one of the most well-prepared countries in Europe for asymmetric and defensive warfare. First off, the Norwegian armed forces have been undergoing serious modernization. This isn't your grandpa's Viking army. This is a high-tech, networked force with an Arctic twist. The army is expanding with a specific focus on rapid mobility and winter warfare. New armored vehicles like the CV-90 infantry fighting vehicles are optimized for rough terrain and snow, making them the four-wheel drive equivalents of battle rhinos. Norway also has Leopard 2 A7 tanks on order, some of the most advanced in the world, ideal for both defense and
Jewish.
And let's talk about the Air Force. Norway is fully equipped with F-35A Lightning II stealth fighters. Yes, the invisible ninja jets that can strike targets, gather intel, and look cool doing it. These aircraft allow Norway to project power across the region and intercept intruders before they even realize they're being watched. Then there's the Home Guard. Think of it as a nationwide neighborhood watch, but instead of flashlights and angry notes, they've got military training and weapons. With over 40,000 personnel, the Home Guard is distributed across the country and trained specifically for local defense, guerrilla tactics, and resistance. If an invader tries to
I'm a member of this. It sucks.
Sneak into a sleepy fishing village? Surprise! If you're enjoying the video and want to help us keep making more, consider joining the channel as a member. It's just NASAMS, Norwegian Advanced Surface-to-Air Missile System, which sounds like something Iron Man would design. This system can shoot down cruise missiles, aircraft, and drones with pinpoint accuracy. But Norway knows that defense doesn't end at its borders. That's why it constantly trains with NATO allies, especially the US Marines, who rotate through Norway to practice Arctic warfare. These guys don't do beach vacations. They train for fighting wars in snowstorms while being watched by reindeer. All these upgrades make Norway not just a tough nut to crack, but a nut surrounded by landmines, drones, and very enthusiastic defenders. Let's say you go the old-fashioned route, a naval invasion. Bold move. But let me stop you right there. Norway's navy is small but punchy, like a snowball with a rock in it. It's built for the unique conditions of the Norwegian coastline. with fast, agile ships designed to dart in and out of fjords like Arctic foxes with torpedoes. Norway operates modern frigates, like the Fridtjof Nansen class, which are equipped with advanced sonar systems, Aegis combat systems, and anti-submarine capabilities. These aren't your average coast patrol boats. These are warships that can lock onto...
Did I tell you what happened to one of those warships? It collided with a fucking well, I'm getting sleepy. It collided with whatchamacallit, Filipino fish tanker, and it sunk. So, how good are these things?
...the targets and call in a missile party while sipping thermal coffee in freezing conditions. And those famous fjords? They're perfect ambush zones. The geography gives Norwegian forces natural hiding spots for submarines, missile launchers, and small craft that can strike before you even realize you've entered hostile waters. Trying to sneak a fleet through there is like sailing into a trap set by Poseidon himself, only colder and with more sarcasm. On the air defense front, we're talking layers. Norway's F-35s give it the ability to dominate the skies, detect enemy aircraft from long distances, and strike before opponents can even check their radar. Combine that with ground-based systems like NASAMS and the upcoming upgrades to long-range sensors, and you've got a country that's essentially wrapped in an invisible force field, and situational awareness off the charts. Norway has invested heavily in surveillance radars, undersea listening networks, and Arctic monitoring tech. You can't even sneeze near the Norwegian Sea without someone in Oslo checking their screen. Also, let's not forget about the Coast Guard. It may sound peaceful, but it's more like the neighborhood watch with a PhD in naval tactics. Constant patrols, quick response times, and coordination with both military and NATO assets mean Norway's maritime security net is tight and cold. Very cold. So if you're planning an invasion from the sea or the air, just remember, Norway will see you coming, jam your electronics, scramble jets, unleash missile mayhem, and possibly have a Viking longboat show up just to make a point.
One last video, then I go to bed. I need a nap. I'm tired now. Ah, fuck it, dude. I just go to bed now. Why? Yeah. Good night.